Welcome, bow betters. Welcome, MMA fans. Welcome, cigar smokers. Welcome, people just here on the internet. Welcome to Bout Better's channel, where we discuss mixed martial arts, cigars, culture, politics. We do reviews on things like candles, talk about Aldi's, talk about life. We do all sorts of things. Today we're going to talk a little bit about this weekend's event between Corey Sandhagen and Deiveson Figueiredo. What a banger of a fight. That is a great matchup. Basically the UFC is following the old boxing card setup and the structure, right? They're giving us one or two very, very good matchups, which we got this weekend with Corey Sandhagen, Deiveson Figueiredo, and Rene de Ridder versus Bo Nickel. Do not underestimate this guy from the Netherlands, de Ridder. He's going to be big problems for Bo Nickel. I don't care if Bo Nickel is minus 350. Over there at in Miami, in Florida. Let me get myself on the screen. Top team, American top team. He's over there. Right there. There am I. The bout better with the fresh haircut, fresh cut, looking all right. Same old watch that we're always been wearing. Welcome, bout betters. Welcome. Yeah, buddies. Oh yeah, Roberto, that's me. The bout better. Right? Oh, I do not have my. Yeah, I could just keep it like this. Right? I could keep it like this. We can move this here. Right? Boom. Look at, man. I'm not great with the technology, but look at that, people. Look at that, Welcome, bout betters. Why can't I move that transparency? That transparency is locked. It is locked. And now I'm going to unlock it there. We'll put it right there. Welcome, bout betters. Yes, people. Yes, technology. Yes. Yeah, great card. Great card coming up. Last week's card was really good. I did horribly gambling-wise. Bet on all the wrong things. All my dude had to do is last another 13 seconds, man. I think that was the first time I've ever bet on Lionheart, though. So I can't complain, right? Like, I made the mistake of betting on him. All I thought he had to do was survive one round. And boy, did he quit. I should have known it was just like round one TKO. I mean, that's what it was, like minus 170, or could have bet the house almost on that thing. And then, of course, if I placed a huge bet, he would have survived the first round, which I really was hoping he would. I just think he copped out. Whenever you're there with the family, you walk out knowing that you're retiring, your family's there, you're going to quit in the first round. You're going to quit in the first 2 minutes. I don't get it. I would think that I'd want to go out with a win, right? I want to go out with a bang, as in not getting my head banged in, right? Like not being the one that. Here, let me make sure that I'm coming. Okay, I am live. You would hope that that's the case, but the quality of the video doesn't look that great. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is, people. What can I say? Oh, look at that. I moved that computer a little bit and actually changed the... did I spell my name right? Yeah, I did spell my name right. Gotta make sure that's correct, right? Again, nobody's here. The YouTubes. I'm the guy with a channel with over 400 videos and 358 subscribers. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Need more people in here. Having a little coffee today. Went and got my hair cut. It is rainy. It is nasty. I wanted to have a cigar. I'm going to check the weather. Maybe I'm lucky and get to smoke a cigar later this evening. Maybe I would have liked to at this point, but then again, it's really unpredictable, the weather right now. But let's see here. Let's get this. I have to rechange that, and I have to do something in OBS that you guys don't have to really worry about, right? But boom. I don't want to do that yet. Yeah, let's leave it. Okay, let me shorten it up. But how's everyone's weekend going to be? Hopefully good. Hopefully good. I'm going to do this. Let's see here. Boom. We're going to make me a little smaller. Welcome, bow putters. Yeah, I did really bad last week. And some of the stuff that I predicted, unfortunately, I didn't bat. You know, like Jocelyn Edwards getting that finish. You know, that was a big mistake there. A bunch of big mistakes on my part. A bunch of big mistakes. So, not doing so good this year so far on the betting. I mean, not horrible, but not great, right? Not horrible, but not great. There we go. Whoa, 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 come on. Not horrible, but not great. Go here. And all this is being done for you right now. Live. Look how we do this. Look at how we do. Look at how we do. Boom. Yeah, I can move this over there. Yeah. So I can move this. Get this larger. Yes. Yes. Yes, that's how I want it. Yeah, that's how I want it. I want it like that. I want it like that. That's the way I want it. Yes. But we're going to go. Let's start with the bottom. Start the bottom of the card, not the top of the card. We did discuss, and I'll let you know what my already bet that's been placed. A lot of these guys, I'm gonna stay away from. I'm gonna stay away from this fight here between Juliana Miller and Ivana Petrovic. It's dog or pass here. I think Miller does have. Let me open up something else here. Let me open up something else here, guys. Let me get in there. Oh, it does move it a little bit, but not a lot when I move that. That's funny. Interesting. That's good. Yeah, so we'll leave her there. That window's that. No, I don't want the sports book. Yeah, Ivana Petrovic is minus 225. The over-under is set at 2.5. They do actually have, yeah, because we're already on Thursday, so they have the props in. I bet, of course, they're looking at this to go to a decision, although Juliana Miller pays pretty good. They got Petrovic to win, possibly, potentially by a decision, to not get a finish here. So I'm thinking dog or pass here. I'm not going to bet it. Let's see here. I'm not going to bet it at all. Right? Juliana Miller lost to Hardy. That was that bout that I recall really good. And lost to Santos. Right? She lost to Santos via TKO in the first round. And Luana Santos is no joke, though. Right? Luana Santos did lose to Casey O'Neill in a decision, but she beat Maria Akapova, which by submission. But everybody's beat Akapova. That was one of my biggest payouts. She beat Stephanie Edgar and Juliana Miller, right? So that is they have that common opponent, right? But this is Luana Santos is a whole different beast, right? Just one loss. Whereas Juliana Miller has lost two of her last three fights, right? She lost via TKO. She lost a decision via against Hardy. She got taken down, controlled in that fight, and then she lost beat Brogan Miller. So Nothing great there. Nothing great that makes her a potential dog. And I would say the same with Ivana Petrovic. Like she's being Liang Na, and she lost to a Jamie Lynn North, right? As well as Luana Carolina, which I could see that, right? So it's definitely a dog or pass situation where we have two mediocre women, and it's like take the dog or pass, right? I don't really see significant strengths or advantages for either of these women at all. It just might be a toss up to like, hey, let's just go dog. Why is that not? Why is that not there? Why are you there? Huh? 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 Fix it. Let me fix that there, guys. People, let me fix that there. Let me see if there's anybody in the chat, which of course I doubt. I doubt, of course. How could I expect somebody in the chat? How could there be somebody in the chat? But yeah, Dogger pass, pass. Thomas Peterson, Dontel Mays. Oh my God. I always love fucking fading Dontel Mays, but man, he could, oh man, he could get you. It's risky. I love betting against Dontel Mays. I mean, that's just me. But we're looking at him, as a dog, which he should be. And Thomas Pedersen isn't fantastic, right? Like Pedersen is not anything great, but I am not going to go with the dog here. I am no way am I betting on Mays here. Like I keep saying, like how do they? The dude must be fighting for 5K and 5K, right? I mean, it's got to be. Right? I mean, he's got like where he's lost against Walker, lost against Graziev, he beat Machado, and lost against Nascimento, and he beat Arlovsky. That is huge. Just that Arlovsky win is keeping him here in the UFC because he has 3 losses in the past 5 fights. And Gaziev, even this guy Peterson with the loss to Gaziev, a beat Usman, lost to Pogues, and a beat Cole. It's dog or pass in this one too. Right? Like it is dog or pass. And I just can't get myself to betting Dante Mays, right? With no striking defense, no striking accuracy, no takedown accuracy, no takedown defense, only landing 3.4 strikes per minute. Man, 6'6", he's got to be bigger than Pedersen. Pedersen, same thing, no striking defense. Strikes accuracy, a little better accuracy, and that's why he's the favorite. Better takedown accuracy and better strikes landing per minute, right? So, yeah, and he has, but the striking defense is horrible. This is just going to be, it's another dog or pass, and I just cannot bring myself to betting on Dante Mays. But is there a prop there? Yeah, it could just be real sloppy. This is like, man, this is when we're saying filler cards, and the UFC is just filling the card like we were talking about earlier with like boxing, like just all these filler fights that are meaningless. But from a gambling perspective, we got to look at something here. I mean, if I were to bet in this area, I would have to go dog. I'd have to go Dante Mays like holding out on this. And at that money line, the over/under set at 2.5, and they expect it to go to decision. And if it goes to decision, it is ugly. I think Dante Mays can squeeze this out, even though he's like less active, because Pedersen is going to be on that back foot. I just let's see what the fight props here are. Fight to go the distance, yes, minus 135. Not to go the distance. Oh, I got burned on some of those time props last week, and should have bet some other ones. Point deduction, no. Boy, man, it plus 2,000. Is that, yeah, is that plus 2,000? Yeah, plus 2,000 on the point deduction. I'm just gonna, let's see that the fight to start round 2, minus 500. Wow, that would have been my bet right there on this one. And the point spread. They're looking at Pedersen with, possibly eking out a decision by winning by unanimous decision. Under 1.5 at plus 215 is what they're getting you. And they're, if you, Dante Mays, they're giving you 5 points on him, 6 points, which can happen. But, they're looking for Pedersen to take it via unanimous decision, dog or pass, and I'm passing. Passing more like running. All right, Kwang Lei versus Gaston Boyenos, and I think we met Gaston Boyenos in Kansas City. Very like fan friendly guy against Kwang Lei. You see the takedown accuracy here between the two guys. You see the striking land, very similar fighters. Man, I think this guy, Peruvian. The Peruvians have been. I bet against with one. Oh, look at that, Jeremy Stevens, Mason Jones. We're going to talk about that one here in a moment. Gaston Boyenos is the favorite, and I would have picked him as the favorite too. I just think he's just a little more aggressive, good striking, good boxing. I'm just not going to bet it at the window at minus 135, but I'm leaning on him. And I would say it's by decision. Over under set at 2.5 at minus 166. He just hasn't shown that real strong finishing power, right? And I don't think Lei has that finishing power as well. Let's see here. Yeah, Kwang Lei lost to Gutierrez. Kwang Lei got knocked out by another Chinese guy, Sheng Long, and then a decision against Chris Gutierrez, which is okay, right? Lang did have 2 takedowns, but he just got outpointed and outboxed. And I think here, that money line at minus 135 for the Peruvian isn't horrible for Gaston. I'm probably late to the dance here on him. I think that I should have probably bet it if it were a closer line before, unless it's been, haven't been watching it very much, but I'm definitely on Gaston Bolanos to take this by decision. But I'm not going to bet a time prop. I would just bet that money line at minus 135, and I wouldn't parlay it. I would just attack it on the money line. And let's see if it stays in that range. I might bet that. I actually might go to the window with Gaston Bolanos, but we're going to see here if that's the case. So here we go. Why is this like not buried, but like Jillian Robertson and Marina Rodriguez could have been a fight night headliner the way things are going these days. And we all know what's happening here. Striker versus grappler. Jillian Robertson, her striking has gotten better, but her grappling's just gotten much, much better. Like, look at her takedown average, almost 3 takedowns per fight. Marina Rodriguez, her takedown defense is horrible. Horrible. Takedown defense at 62%, and that's generous, right? Like, considering all the fights that she has, like, look at Marina's. Like, she had 3. Jasmine Lucindo had 3 takedowns against her. Jessica Andrade had only 1, but that really didn't matter. She just lost that one on the feet. I don't know why Marina, it was very close, but it just not there. She beat Michelle Watterson, right, because she avoided takedown. She got taken down once. She lost to Virna Jandiroba, 3 takedowns, and she lost by decision. It was just all control, even though Marina actually outstruck her. It was just, she was out-controlled ridiculously in that fight. I remember 12 minutes of control time for Virna Jandiroba. But that's saying something. Like, she's tough. Marina Rodriguez is tough to submit, right? And that's why my girl, and I've been making money on Jillian Robertson for a long time. But she's, Marina Rodriguez is tough to submit. She lost to Lemos via TKO, and that was a nasty loss. She lost to beat Yan Xinan, which is incredible, right? But she didn't have to worry. Yan Xinan had 2 takedowns there, but Yan Xinan only controlled her for like a minute and a half. So if this is and she avoided the takedowns with Mackenzie Dern. She only had 1 takedown there. Dern did, and she almost got a submission. Dern. It happened late in the fight. I remember Dern had 7 minutes of control, and they still gave it to Marina Rodriguez because Marina Rodriguez outpounded her, 144 strikes, so just destroyed her. She beat Michelle Waterson Gomez, destroyed her too, just destroyed her. A fucking destroyed Amanda Ribas, like knocked her out in round two. Lost to Carla Esparza because Carla Esparza had 5 takedowns for almost 9 minutes of control time. There was a draw against Cynthia Calvino, where Cynthia Calvino took her down 3 times for 5 minutes of control time. Fuck. She beat Pennington, and Marina actually had a takedown there. Pennington didn't try any takedowns. She got a draw against Marcos, and Marcos, who retired, had 6 minutes of control time. Simple theme here. Robertson has got to get that control time or the submission. Rodriguez is tough to submit because she's really good at defending the submission, but she's horrible at defending the takedown. And the other thing that's good about Jillian Robertson is her submission ability. She has great control. Once she gets you down, she is very, very sticky. Let me get my bout better thing out of my face here. Get out of my face, bout better. The bout better, that fucking bout better. Who is that fucking guy? Fucking bout better. Fucking hate that guy. Always fucking giving me bad picks. Giving me, he's the guy that gives me bad picks. That's the bout better. That's him. That's his name. His name is Roberto. Yeah. The bout better. I gotta put bout better there. But all facts side, or complete transparency, I got Marina Rodriguez at plus 280, and she is plus 240 now. I had to jump on it because Jillian Robertson's wrestling is good, but it's not great. But Marina's, it doesn't need to be great. Rodriguez's counter wrestling is so bad. Like, what is it with the coaching? And I know it's hard. It's a fight. And there are people that are going to drill her on the counter takedowns. And it just, I get it. But that's the thing in MMA. Some people can really improve and others can't. You can't teach a dog to be a cat, right? And that's what we're really talking about here, where it's striker versus grappler. And Jillian Robertson has gotten better in her striking, but is still primarily a grappler. And the problem is Marina's, as a striker, and her grappling and counter grappling is just so poor. But is it serviceable against Jillian Robertson? At the plus 280 that I took it, I took the bet. I'm still betting Marina Rodriguez because you could see that she has been controlled. She has been taken down, but she's active enough, does enough activity on the feet sometimes that despite getting control for over a round, oh, you saw that 6 minutes control time, still winning, right? Still winning at times because people aren't doing damage on the ground. So it really depends what judges here. I'm going to need Sal D'Amato, who has, I have no idea what fucking Sal D'Amato rates his shit on, right? I just hope that he sides with me when he is fucking one of the judges in this thing. That's all I care about. I just care if Sal D'Amato, I'm going to light the candle and pray to Sal D'Amato and pray to the gambling gods. Let Sal vote for Marina Rodriguez, even though Jillian Robertson's going to get her takedowns. But it's when they happen, if she does damage, and if she gets that submission. And that's why Jillian Robertson may be worth chasing the submission here. Let's see if they give the submission a good, plus 275. No. They're not giving you a great price on it, man. I would have chased Jillian Robertson. I would have flipped or cashed out of my bet and flipped. If they gave me Jillian Robertson to win by submission, at that plus 475, plus 500, I would have put the money that I put on Marina Rodriguez on Jillian Robertson to win the submission just for the juice, just for the action, just for the meat. Sometimes I got to do that. Yeah, I do lose bets, but sometimes I'm betting that long shot or that prop that I think is highly probable, not possible, but possible and probable, and that they're giving me a good number on. And the juice has got to be worth the squeeze. And if you're betting at certain levels, why bet, $20 or $30 at plus 280 when you could take that, $20, $30 and bet it at plus 575. That gives you, I think Marina Rodriguez winning on her money line is probably comparable, and it is, to Jillian Robertson to win by submission at plus 275, because I got it Marina Rodriguez at plus 280 to win, and Robertson, because her winning method is that submission or control. She could win it by decision as well at plus 100. She could control Marina, and it's plus 275. So I see. Do you guys understand, people and gals? Do people understand the logic that I'm presenting to you in terms of the gambling logic here? Right? I'm betting a number. What I know about the fighters, but a number. Right? I don't like Jillian Robertson to win by submission at plus 275. I'd rather pay the price as a money line for Marina Rodriguez to just win on the money line, as opposed to prop bet of Jillian Robertson to win plus submission at the same payout, right? And because I know what the likely outcomes are going to be. It's going to be Marina Rodriguez to win, period, which could be it, or Jillian Robertson to win, not more likely, I would say by that decision at plus 100, because she has such control and very, very good top game, and she's just sticky. But if Marina could wear her down, Robertson in those last rounds, it does gas a little bit. Her gas in terms of just not being able to control as well, right? Round 3, after round 2, 2.5 to end of round 2, round 3, she'll get the takedowns still, but her control ability is not as good. Right, so that's her only weakness, Jillian Robertson. And I love me some Jillian Robertson, and I love me Marina Rodriguez. I like both women, and I like Jillian Robertson. I would say this is the first time I've bet against Jillian Robertson in years. Right, when was the last time I bet against Jillian Robertson? I think I won that bet. I bet Miranda Maverick, and I bet that Talia Santos, and Macy Barber. So I have bet against my girl Jillian before, and I had Robertson over Mayra Bueno Silva, but she got subbed by an armbar, and Bueno Silva is talk about her jujitsu, right? Robertson beat Molly McCann, Emily Whitmore, she beat Veronica Hardy, sub. Right, Courtney Casey sub. She got Paulina Botello by decision. She lost the decision to Talia Santos. She lost the Maverick, and that was a good grappling match. Like, Miranda Maverick had 3 takedowns of Jillian Robertson's 2, and Jillian Robertson had less takedown, less control time at 3.5 minutes compared to 4 minutes and 40 seconds for Miranda Maverick. But Miranda Maverick lit her up. Where were those strikes at? Where were the strikes at for Miranda Maverick? Because she just destroyed her. Oh, on the ground. Yeah, see, like Jillian Robertson she had 3.5 minutes of control and zero strikes on the ground. And that's another Robertson. She's sticky, but she's not active on the ground. So that's where I think that my girl Mariana Rodriguez can steal this. Like, Jillian's going to get her takedowns, but Rodriguez is good at defending the submission. And, Jillian's going to have to, because, Marina Rodriguez is so, just tough to submit. And I don't know why. I don't see her submission defense being that good. I think that she just has a good, strong core. So she's just she struggles. But she doesn't have a great get-up game. And that's going to be a problem for her. So to chase Jillian Robertson, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to chase Marina Rodriguez. I've already made the bet at plus 280. That is Roberto's official play of the week. If you could find a site where you're getting Jillian Robertson at, a good price, man, go for that. And still nobody in the chat, but that's okay. That's all right. We're just going through this. I do have a little bit of time. Let me see if I could go a little faster. Ryan Loder versus, and why is Jillian Robertson, Marina Rodriguez following these bums, or not before, leading up to these bums? Loder versus Azamat, right? Like, Azamat minus 400, Loder plus 300. I'm just passing. Right? There's nothing there for me. I already invested in fights that I do know of the fighters, and why Marina Rodriguez and Jillian Robinson are not at the top of the fucking card here, with above Montel Jackson and Daniel Marcos. This is a really good card, but I'm going to avoid Loder Azamat, Yana Santos, and Misha Tate. Misha Tate all day, but am I going to throw Misha Tate? Throw some money at Misha Tate at what is it? What is Misha Tate? I'm on Misha Tate all day. This is a really, again, even though Misha Tate they're both has-beens, right? They're way far beyond their best days. And, the danger here is that this could be Misha Tate's swan song. Minus 142 for Misha Tate. Oh, my goodness. Over under is set at 2.5. They're looking for a decision. Misha Tate by decision. Let's see what that is. Plus 140. Do you do same game parlay here? Let's see a same game parlay. Misha Tate at minus 150. They're giving you at minus 150. And then total rounds or total minutes. Oh my God. Scores. I do not like that. Misha Tate, exact method of victory, submission, under 2.5, no way. Misha Tate, KO, no way. They give you plus 900. Under 2.5, no way. The exact method of victory, decision, minus 340. Do they let me parlay those? Yeah. Same game parlay. Misha Tate, decision, either one, exact method of victory. You get plus 145. And that's the same as Misha Tate by decision. Yeah. I might do that. Right? I might take Misha Tate by decision, but Misha Tate all day. And retire if she wins. Just retire. Jeremy Stephens, Mason Jones, banger. Banger of a fight, people. There's nobody fucking listening to me. Great fight. I mean, Dana is in, why he brought Stephens back, but he's in the Jeremy Stephens business. And I like it. Stephens a great talker. He's famous there. He's always willing to scrap. And will scrap for your money. He's just not that good. I think he's better suited for bare knuckle. And he's making his money there. And the thing with Mason Jones is there to hit too. He's there to bang too. Right? And that's why it's dog or pass. And you're getting a good price on Jeremy Stephens. Right? Mason Jones has the longer reach. I'm surprised at that. At 74 inches. Is a little taller. They're both short guys. Jeremy Stephens, long fight time. Both are decision guys. Although Stephens, used to staying and bang. Mason Jones a lot busier. A lot more accurate, but absorbs more strikes and has worse striking defense. The takedown defense, Mason Jones 80%, and his takedown accuracy is 45. Both this is gonna stand bang. Stephens fought the way better fighters in Gamrot. That Onama victory of Mason Jones is looks really good right now, right? But Stephens lost to Gamrot, lost to Qatar, lost to Rodriguez. Which turned in lost to Marta Shopov. What Rodriguez is that? Yair Rodriguez lost there. Yeah. Okay, the no contest of the eye poke, right? Yeah, it lost as a beat, right? In the decision, got smoked. Lost to Aldo, got knocked out in round 1. Beat Josh Emmett. It's another one that by knockout. Another one that is aged really well, right? Beat Doho Choi. That's no big deal. But Gilbert Melendez beat him in a decision. Lost to Renato Moicano in a decision a long time ago. Lost to Frankie Edgar a long time ago in that Conor fight. Beat Renan Barajo long time ago. Back when Almeida was fighting Garbrandt in 2016. Lost to Holloway. Beat Dennis Bermudez. Lost to Oliveira, but he went to decision with him, which is pretty amazing. But that was Oliveira at a different weight class. Lost to Cub Swanson. beat Darren Elkins, beat let's see, lost to Eve Edwards back in the day, man, lost to Cerrone, lost to Pettis, just well, Little Heathen, just pass. There's nothing here. Nothing here. If anything, I think maybe Mason Jones can finish him. I'm Stevens is there to be hit, and he's gonna want to be hit, right? Like, can Mason Jones knock him out? Is really the question here, right? And he's not a knockout guy, so you're not getting that good money on it. So it's just a pass. It's just a pass, people. But an exciting fight. That's gonna be a banger of a fight. Cameron Smotherman, great name for MMA, versus Sirhay Sydney, right? Sutherman is a slight dog. Is Sutherman the guy that went to jail? No. There's another. Is he out of the fight? No, I don't think so. Let me see here. Do they have it? No, it's there. He's still a dog. I'm going to pass. I got nothing there, guys. I got nothing in this bout between Montel Jackson and Daniel Marcos. Would lean on my boy Montel Jackson, right? Against Daniel Marcos. But Marcos is a tough guy, dude. These Peruvians are really, really tough. Really, really tough fighters. But I'm staying away. But why is this fight even there? They're expecting a banger. Like Daniel Marcos beat, Yanez, Adrian Yanez, decision, right? He beat John Castaneda, right? He beat Davey Grant, and he beat Simon Oliveira. Man, it might be a dog match here, man. Montel's fucking, Demit knocked out Blackshear, knocked out Ronnie Io, which ain't saying anything, beat Arce, beat JP Buys, Jesse Stradler, just a bunch of straight wins, but against nobodies. Really, to an extent, nobodies. Blackshear's pretty damn good. Knocked him out in the first round. Man, where's Montel fighting out of? Over-under is set at 2.5. They're expecting an under. An over, I'm sorry. Because Marcos, Peruvians, tough dudes, man. Montel Jackson, TKO, plus 350. Not horrible. And I like that Marcos on the money line. But I'm going to stay away from this one. I'm liking that. This is going to be a great fight, and that's why it is up there. All right, go. Ponzinibbio, D-Rod. Money makers for me, for the most part, both these guys. I've said that I'm going to never bet on here. It's okay. I don't need to myself to put the name there. I'm going to still stay large. That's Ponzinibbio, people. You guys know it's Ponzinibbio, right? I'm on Ponzo, and I don't care how old he is. Yes, he's much older. Is he really? No, they're the same age. Yeah, I'm on Ponzo, man. I know D-Rod, that hand injury, I don't think he's ever come back. Ponzo's just a cleaner striker. Has the grappling, which he never does. Never does, Ponzinibbio. Never grapples. Hasn't used it, but better takedown defense at 71%. And, just can, beat Harris, lost to Solikov, lost to Holland, beat Morono, lost to Pieta, where D-Rod beat Morono, lost to Gastelum, lost to Machado Gary, lost to Magny, and beat Jing Yang Ling, right, in a striking match. And that's where Ponzo's just sloppy with the striking. He's just not the best with the striking. He's not crisp, and D-Rod is. But D-Rod's just slower. Ponzinibbio is slow too. It's going to be a sloppy fight. And that's why I don't want to have any action on the fight. I normally, it's even money now. It's a coin toss. Before it was Ponzinibbio was a big favorite. Like, I didn't want Ponzinibbio. It's a big favorite. Now it's the lines have slowed down here, and we're looking at Ponzinibbio was at minus 150. He was a bigger favorite than even minus 115. And as a coin toss, I got to take Santiago Ponzinibbio. Even if D-Rod is a better striker, and I think D-Rod could potentially help, I got to take Ponzo as maybe, dude, for once land a fucking takedown. If ever in a fight to land a takedown, it's this fight. And I'm not gonna. That's why I'm not going to the gate with fucking a bet on with Ponzinibbio. I'm not taking him in my fucking street fight against D-Rod. I'm taking D-Rod in the fucking street fight. And that's what this thing's gonna be. It's gonna be a street fight. I'm almost convincing myself to take D-Rod because Ponzinibbio is not gonna fucking take that, do that takedown. But something about D-Rod bothers me. His just volume, his activity. Yes, he beat Morono, but that was a really sloppy performance. I wasn't that impressed with that performance, even though he really outstruck him. He avoided, and D-Rod got the takedowns. D-Rod avoided the takedowns, like because Gastelum 4 takedowns. Gastelum got a victory. Machado knocked him out round 1. Machado's no joke, man. People like to, 5 takedowns for Neil Magny to win. You know, D-Rod beat Kevin Lee, even though Kevin Lee had 3 takedowns. He beat Perry, even though Perry had 2 takedowns, but not really the best. Lee was a good. Beat Tim Means, even though Means had 1. But I mean, take him down, Ponzo. But he doesn't. Let's see. When was the last time Ponzinibbio had a takedown? Oh, in his loss against Sulikov, he had 2 takedowns for close to 2.5 minutes of control. I'm surprised, and because he is a good grappler, he beat Mike Perry. In the unanimous decision, he had 3 takedowns in that fight for only 2 minutes of control. So we have a thing. He'll take down people, but he won't control them. And back in the day, he wasn't a horrible. He lost to Ryan LaFair. Belfort versus Henderson too. Jesus, that was so long ago in 2013. Man, Ponzo is a smart guy too. Ryan LaFair held him down for 7.5 minutes. 7 minutes. Fucking let's go for D-Rod. You probably late to the party there because D-Rod was at a bigger dog, but man, because in it, like I said, it is street fight and a boxing match, kickboxing match. Even though D-Rod doesn't throw a kick and Ponzinibbio might throw 1 or 2 kicks, give me D-Rod with a little bit crisper boxing over Santiago Ponzinibbio. But I'm not betting it. I'm gonna stay away. We'll see. I'm not gonna live bet it. I'm gonna bet it beforehand. It is a coin toss, so when it's like that, I'm gonna the grappling match, Rene de Riddler, and we know what happens with the grappling match. We have not seen Rene de Riddler do much physically. A fucking specimen, right? Like not a big striker, Rene de Riddler, right? But he's a better striker, or at least on paper, than Bo Nickel, right? Just a little more active. The accuracy is a little bit better with Bo Nickel at 63%. Rene de Riddler absorbs too much. Striking defense is the Bo Nickel, or I mean, that's just because you have to avoid the takedowns, but the takedown average favors Ritter, right, over Bo Nickel. Accuracy is about the same. Ritter has 100% takedown defense, and not the same, but he beat Holland, he beat Mearshart, where Nickel beat Craig, but he beat Craig by keeping this on the feet. And Rene de Riddler may not be as good a striker as Paul Craig. And so Bo Nickel might keep this on the feet and do the exact same thing he did to Paul Craig. Just outbox him, right? I mean, he submitted Cody Brundage because Cody is not that good on the ground, even though what people would say. He submitted Jamie Pickett, which is what you got to do. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to go against Bo Nickel. I mean, he's the one that they're grooming to be the next big thing. I does the hype end here? Because Rene the Riddler is not a bad grappler himself, but this isn't going to be a grappling match. I think Bo Nickel's going to keep this on the feet, and he's going to do. It's going to be very similar to what we saw with Paul Craig. Whoa, and that's why DraftKings has this. Even though Bo Nickel is like the minus 345 favorite, they have the over. It's going to be close over under. The under is minus 125, so if they expect a finish. Usually when you're minus 345, you're going to get a finish. But I would take Rene the Riddler's jiu-jitsu over Bo Nickel's. So winning method, like Rene the Riddler's submission, plus 750. Bo Nickel is plus 500. So they're looking for a decision from both these guys. Rene de Riddler decision plus 700. Bo Nickel by decision is plus 215. Right? I like that Rene de Riddler submission or Bo Nickel decision. Rene de Riddler decision, Bo Nickel decision plus 130. Nothing great. Right? And they think Bo Nichols can actually win by TKO. It's going to knock him out. Rene de Riddler to win by submission or Bo Nickel by TKO is minus 115. And they really think that Bo Nickel's going to knock him out. But then why is Bo Nickel the TKO plus 140? Yeah, it is plus 140. So they're really looking at Bo Nickel to knock this guy out. And they're setting him up for a knockout because they want that signature win. I mean, Vegas knows something we don't, right? I have to do my background. You know, did Rene de Riddler get knocked out commonly before? Bo Nickel has got some. He's not great powerful. What about the KO? No, not the KO. Do they have that still? To win by unanimous decision, Bo Nickel. Yes, plus 250. Yeah. It's dog or pass. And man, you know, the reader is not a fucking joke, man. Fight to go the distance, yes, plus 140, no, minus 195. I like that plus 140. Tough lines here. Check in with me another time. Rene de Riddler was a bigger dog at one point, and I probably should have jumped on him. Right? I probably should have jumped on that money line. He's only plus 275 now. And no, I don't like that. I don't like it. I liked it back when he was like plus 300, almost plus 400. Oh, in the main event, Corey Sandhagen versus Division Figueiredo. Sandhagen should not be minus 575. There's nothing here to bet, man. They just do not make it easy here. I think Sandhagen's the better overall mixed martial artist. I don't care what it is mentally. Sandhagen might be one of the best fighters in the UFC. One of the best fighters in the weight class of all time without a title. Right? He just isn't... You know, he's been there, just hasn't, no, he's not fit. Yeah, he's fit in one title, which he lost against Peter Yan, which is a close match, but Yan did best him, in my opinion. You know, Sandhagen did fight well, and I think I had Sandhagen in that bout. I think I was betting with Sandhagen. You know, losses to TJ Gillis, only the champions. Umar Nurmagomedov lost his chance to get that championship fight. He's got to beat him in order to stay, right? In order to stay and possibly fight Merab, right? That's his chance to fight Merab, or even to get that O'Malley fight, or to possibly replace O'Malley in the championship if O'Malley is indeed injured, right? Yeah, I don't think there's enough time. We're looking at June 7th. We're looking at 1 month. So, Sandhagen's fucked. He's just fucked, man. You know, he's going to end up... Who's O'Malley going to end up fighting? You know? I don't know who... Have to look at the division, right? I mean, not O'Malley, I'm sorry. Sandhagen. He needs this bout. Bison's tough to finish. I think Sandhagen can do it. What is Vegas thinking here? I'm on Sandhagen, but I'm not going to parlay him. Thanks for nobody coming in. Please like and subscribe, you schmucks. You go on, waste your time with those other people spending fucking hours. How many hours have I been live now? 49 minutes. Let's get this done in a few minutes here. We're going to get this done, people. Sandhagen, over 4.5, minus 238. They're expecting a decision. Sandhagen to win by decision is minus 150. Fuck. That submission at plus 650 is meaty. Figueiredo to knock him out plus 1200 is very meaty. We'll see how DeVeson does, man, because DeVeson's no joke. This great card. All in all, great card. I'm liking this. I'm liking Sandhagen here, but it's going to be entertaining, and it's going to be a lot closer than people think. So, as a betting line, let's see fight props. Majority decision. Fight to be won by split or majority decision, yes, plus 500. Unanimous decision, minus 135. Oh my God. I like that split decision, that plus 500. If DeVeson could just take a round. It's just fight IQs here. And Sandhagen's fight IQ is just so fucking good, man. And DeVeson just too much of a brawler, makes way too many mistakes. Very skilled, very aggressive, very fast. He can catch Sandhagen, but Sandhagen's got a chin. Right? When was the last time Sandhagen was knocked out, man? I mean, decision loss. DJ Zillasol. I mentioned he was submitted by Aljo Sterling, that jumping backpack, right? Yeah, it's been a while. He hasn't never been KO'd. And that submission was crafty. Aljo just jumped on it. I mean, so fast. And I don't think DeVeson's going to do something like that. So I think it's just going to be a banger of a great matchup here. So my bet, Marina Rodriguez against Jillian Robertson. And you could go Jillian Robertson, not necessarily with the decision, but, you know, that submission play. No, because it's plus 275. You know, Jillian Robertson, just the money is not there. I'm going to bet that against her that Marina can, be busy on the feet, and that Jillian doesn't get the submission. They don't reward her control time because it's just going to be control, and she just doesn't do enough damage on there. So I'm going to be with Marina Rodriguez, and then I'm going to switch my bet or switch my impression, and maybe go D-Rod on the money line, right? If it's just going to be a straight boxing match, as D-Rod just got, is just the cleaner boxer, and it's a coin toss. So I'm going to go there, and then Gaston Bolanos at that minus 135 money line mark. I might throw something on that there at Gaston. And what was the decision line at Gaston? Let's take a look at that. For everybody that made it this far, you are about better. Gaston Bolanos minus 135 is the money line. Gaston by decision is plus 185. Yeah, I might do that. Gaston decision. Oh, and I like the Miesha Tate on the money line. With her by decision, I'm sorry, at plus 145. Miesha Tate by decision, plus 145. Or what's Miesha Tate's submission? I'm still looking at things here. She could do it. She hasn't done it in a while. You know? But the money line, what's Miesha Tate's submission line? Let's see if I go to the gate with that too. Plus 500. Woo! Gaston Bolanos by decision plus 185. And Bolanos I can't parlay those two. Yeah. So the money. Yeah, Gaston plus 185. And I like that Miesha Tate plus 500 as a possible submission line. I wish it were greater. It's possible, man. She hasn't. When was the last time that Miesha Tate, my girl Miesha Tate, did that? I think she's got to beat Yana Santos. Santos is a kickboxer. All Tate's got to do is just mix it up. Santos's takedown defense is not fantastic whatsoever, right? 42% takedown defense. Right, so all she's got to do is get those takedowns. Miesha Tate's last submission, she knocked out Marion Renault. That's huge. She lost to Pennington, lost to a Nunes by submission. She beat Holly Holm rear naked choke, and Julia Avila. She got the sub in her last fight out. I'm liking that Miesha Tate submission, plus 500. I wondered if I bet it and got it last time, but I'm gonna throw something on that Misha Tate submission plus 500. Take Misha Tate on that money line and submission. All right, let me play my music again, people. Yeah, Misha Tate submission plus 500 and on the money line. Misha Tate as well as Marina Rodriguez. Yeah, Misha Tate right there. What is Misha Tate? Minus 150? No, I think they don't have her at that now. I think it's a better line than that. Misha Tate. But thank you guys for coming on in. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let's see here. Boom. Misha Tate. Where are you at, Misha Tate? Misha Tate. Minus 142. Yeah. I'm liking that submission, man. Plus 500. Plus 500 Misha Tate. And then possibly on the money line. We'll see. Trying to get away from this, man. I'm down money, making some crazy bets, but I'm going to take a stab at that, at Misha Tate at submission at plus 500. That's going to be another official pick, another play I'm going to take a stab at, and Marina Rodriguez on the money line. If you've made it this far, you are about better. Thank you guys. Thanks for everybody that might come in. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Check it out. I may go live again tomorrow, maybe even tonight, who knows. But thanks, people. Careful what you're betting. Bet what you can. Best of luck. Thanks again. If you've made it this far, you are about better. Have a good weekend. Good luck on your bets.